Hi, welcome back to Press Play Action here. Jersey Nerds Productions, Mitchell Lee, Tommy Grant, Brandon 2. And for those of you who did the reading portion of the podcast, no, we are not doing the next Alien Predator, whatever. We're going to kind of be ping-ponging back and forth between our IMDB stuff to the franchises that we've been doing, and also getting back to a little bit of those movies at random that Brandon and I liked so much when we were spending time with Marlon Wayans acting like a dumbass.
Liked is strong. It's a strong word for that.
No, like is the incorrect word for that particular movie. But we'll be doing a little bit of ping-ponging between all those different things. So do not be alarmed if you see other stuff. But I highly doubt anyone is going to be like, man, fuck you for talking about Shutter Island and The Wolf of Wall Street, because we're getting into some Scorsese. We'll have some Scorsese here and there, especially with the IMDb stuff that we want to get into. And I think this was Tommy's selection from the IMDb list, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Now, which one of these was it that you really wanted to get to, or was it both of them?
Well, so I picked these two movies for the roster, but when we did the draft,
I think the drunk draft.
You picked out Wolf of Wall Street.
And you picked Shutter Island, right?
I believe Brandon. I think you picked.
Oh, I picked Shutter Island, but you rostered them, which?
Yes, I rostered both.
Good roster.
I saw a movie that both Brandon and Mitchell wanted to see, and I said these are both great movies. Let's watch them.
Fair, and they both have Leo.
They both got Leo. You can't not want a little bit of Leo in your week.
Can I just go ahead and spoil Wolf of Wall Street real quick?
We're not starting with Wolf of Wall Street.
Not spoil, but can I just lay out my opinion? Okay, we can do Shutter Island. I've never seen Shutter Island.
We always talk about great double features, and this is a great Leonardo DiCaprio, Martin Scorsese double feature. So
yes.
Why not?
Yeah. And we will have
all the boxes.
No,
and we will have in the in the future.
I thought we were starting with Wolf of Wall Street. But that's cool.
We will have Martin Scorsese, Robert De Niro double features. I'm looking forward to Goodfellas and Casino, or Taxi Driver, Raging Bull. We'll have plenty of those. But after De Niro, DiCaprio really became Scorsese's go-to guy. That's why Killers of the Flower Moon was so hotly anticipated, because you had both of them.
Could you argue Leo surpassed him?
I wouldn't say that, but I think that, and this also just, I love Goodfellas a whole hell of a lot.
Right.
And we'll get to that down the line. And I don't think that any movie that the two of them made surpassed Goodfellas, although they had a lot that I think came close.
Right.
Shutter Island and The Wolf of Wall Street, definitely among some of their best. So let's start off with Shutter Island here. Let's get right into this. Psychological thriller, which is definitely not the vibe that you are immediately thinking of when you think Martin Scorsese movie.
Yeah.
This was actually
definitely
the first Martin. This is the first Martin Scorsese movie that I ever saw.
Oh.
Because this came out around when I started seeing movies. And so I remember seeing a trailer for this. It was supposed to come out in 2009, but it got pushed back, which usually when a movie gets pushed back from October to February and it's like an Oscar contender, that means, so this movie's actually not that good. They don't have faith in it. I have no idea why they pushed this back, because this is a movie that has been, beloved.
Question. Since it's in February, does it get pushed to the next Oscars? It's not in March. So maybe that's why, but yeah.
This was in the Oscars with, The King's Speech, The Social Network, Inception. And for those of you following along, by the way, very nearly done with the 2011 list. So we'll be getting a big, long ranking of 2011 movies shortly. This was my number 8 ranked movie of 2010. So it is a top 10 entry in that year, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Mark Ruffalo, Ben Kingsley, Michelle Williams, definitely the big stars of that movie. $80 million budget, made $294. So this was definitely a big hit
made
early. in 2010. However, this did not get. I don't think it got a single Oscar nomination.
That's
really
that's incredible.
Yeah, not a single Oscar nomination, and I think a lot of
it
that has to do.
Didn't get an Oscar nom. That's crazy.
They move, and maybe that had something to do with it. The Oscars, nowadays, Get Out came out in February, Sinners came out in April. There's people talking about the Oscars with Project Hail Mary that just came out in March.
I expect that to get noms.
You kind of had to play the game a little bit more if you wanted to get, February releases being in the Oscars was just not a thing.
Mitchell, we heard the Academy. They don't even watch the 10 Best Picture noms. So what are we talking about? Yeah. Anyway,
it's
not
great.
Honest, Leo was not hurting that year because not only did he have a Martin Scorsese movie, but he also had the great Christopher Nolan movie Inception that you love so much.
Yes, and Inception was nominated for Oscars galore. That just came out
Leo's
5 months
peak?
after this. Hey, I think early 2010s Leo could go up against any other era of his and win, and that's as someone that just watched J. Edgar, and J. Edgar's not a memorable movie that he was in. But if you take that out, he's got Shutter Island, he's got Inception, he's got Gatsby, he's got Django, he's got The Wolf of Wall Street.
I mean, I feel like he's one of those few actors that have worked with all the big name directors. Like he's also, obviously he's also in movies with Tarantino. Like how many other actors that can you say have worked with all those directors?
Paul Thomas Anderson with his most recent one. He's had the Scorsese thing. He had Nolan. You mentioned Tarantino.
I think most people want to work with him, like James Cameron with Titanic.
Oh, yeah.
Like most people are like,
Leo.
Right. Like
he had Alejandro Gonzalez in Iñárritu when he won the Oscar for The Revenant.
Yeah,
Baz Luhrmann's worked with him a couple times with Romeo and
Can we get
Juliet
this on
and
the
also
record?
Gatsby.
Can I go ahead and put this on the record since we're doing 2 Leo movies that we both, no, not we both, that all 3 of us would probably love. The Revenant being his Oscar win is crazy.
Yeah,
it's a good movie, and he's
I've
very
never
good
seen it
in
actually, which or maybe I shouldn't have that opinion.
Watched it the first time recently, but
Tommy and I watched that. Like I think we both rewatched. I think it was this was his first watch.
Yeah,
I watched it for the first time since I illegally pirated it. Sorry,
since I
it
showed
was
the
what
deep
it
blue
was.
sea.
Yeah, exactly. But I watched it for the first time in 10 years, and it's still really good. It's a good movie. I don't know if I would have given Leo the Oscar for that movie that year.
It's almost like they just gave it to him because they're like, I
like,
can't believe we haven't given it to given him one since.
That's what they're gonna do with Timothy at some point too.
Yeah.
Maybe Ryan Gosling as well. And if they didn't give Michael B. Jordan one for Sinners, they were gonna probably have to do that down the line with him as well.
Yeah,
because we just have a bunch of actors that are absolutely killing it right now. But DiCaprio in this movie, he plays a duly appointed federal marshal, as he says.
Marshall.
I love the accent in this movie.
So, absolutely. He plays Teddy Daniels, and he's like I said, duly appointed U.S. Marshal.
Where is he supposed to be from? Sorry. Where is he supposed to be from with that?
What's funny is I think they live in. Oh no, they said that he caught them in, because there was some point where he's like, "Yeah, we caught him outside of Oklahoma," and I'm like, "That is not an Oklahoma accent at all."
I'm like, you're really going for like Matt Damon, like Ben Affleck, like Boston accent right now.
I'm assuming it was supposed to be like a
Northeast.
Yeah, like
the
a
Shutter
weird
Island
blend of New York and Boston.
Shutter Island is in the Boston Harbor.
Let's go with it. So it was supposed to be a Boston accent.
Yeah,
I think he plays it well enough, but it's just funny.
No, he does.
Yeah.
But they're investigating the psychiatric facility for criminals.
Yeah, escaping.
After one of the patients goes missing, and DiCaprio has his own ulterior motives for getting onto this island and trying to find this out. And this is a thrilling movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, obviously it's a psychological thriller. It's definitely unlike any other Scorsese movie that I can remember. Granted, I have gaping uh gaping blind spots with Martin Scorsese's filmography that I would like to fill in the next couple months or year. So I might not be the best person to ask, but I dig the tone of this movie so much. It feels just so eerie. You feel like you have a mistrust of this place from the get-go. The whole movie just feels like wet and slimy
Yes.
in a way that, like, I needed to take a shower after this movie, and not even because it was like terribly brutal or anything. Although there was something later in the movie that we'll get to. It's just the fact that everything is so dark, and like the walls are just so like almost like you feel like they're almost like coated in spit. The lighting is a certain way.
That was done kind of intentionally, like especially with the constant like thunderstorms going on. That was Scorsese's like basically way of creating a physical imagery of what was going on inside of Teddy's head. Like that's what he came out and said. Like he wanted to make kind of a physical representation of what was going on inside of Teddy's head throughout the movie. As kind of just another hint of, hey, he was,
well, also
this is on with him.
This Shutter Island Correctional Facility is like next to like a sewage in like plant, like Mitchell's right. Everything just feels like dark, disgusting, grimy, and then you have like you're talking about, Tommy, the thunderstorms, the lightning in the background, the wind, the pounding rain. Like everything about this film is just like nasty, I guess is the best way to put it. It's a very nasty film, in the way it looks, and then the performances give off like a hint of nastiness. Like Ben Kingsley's character is like a nasty character at points, and yeah, very just interesting vibes, I guess, is what Mitchell was getting at.
And even the film location, they filmed it at the Medfield State Hospital, which is an abandoned hospital in Massachusetts that was apparently the first institution in the U.S. designed for a village-like environment for psychiatric care. So they filmed it at an abandoned psych hospital.
Yeah,
so that just that is a perfect set piece in itself.
Would you like to guess what the Rotten Tomatoes score for this movie is?
Oh, I didn't even look it up.
I'm gonna guess somewhere in the 80s. Maybe 86.
I'm gonna guess like 72. I just think people didn't like it.
69.
That's gross.
What?
This is a movie that for some reason critics just couldn't really get on board with.
That's
and
wild.
Audiences, this had a C+ cinema score. So general audiences, however, I think
hates it. Like C+ is bad.
I think they expected more of like a horror type thing, and they definitely didn't get it with this. However, this movie has become its reputation has only grown over the years, and I don't know if it still is. Wow, it's just grown even more throughout the years. Shutter Island is currently number 132 on the IMDb Top 250.
With a Rotten Tomatoes score of 69. That is so funny.
I remember like 10 years ago or so, this movie was like hanging on for dear life at like 248.
Yeah.
So this has just continued to get higher and higher
like it, man,
throughout the years, and people's opinion of this movie has just gotten more. I think that as far as our generation goes, millennials, I think a lot of millennials really took to this movie for whatever reason, because I hear a lot of people that I know love this movie in ways that other people that aren't cinephiles, people, just normal people, really like this movie. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that, one, I think DiCaprio is just the kind of actor that has a more mainstream appeal for whatever reason. People know him, people like him, and people trust him. But also the twist of this movie being something that's just so captivating, and the scene at the end with DiCaprio, multiple scenes with DiCaprio at the end, because there's a lot to chew on when it comes
The
to
last
the
like
conclusion
20
of this
minutes
movie.
of this movie is crazy.
I want to get to that, but there's a few other scenes that I think are really interesting.
Yeah.
I really like the scene where DiCaprio is kind of talking shit to Ben Kingsley and Max von Sydow, and they just keep going back and forth at each other, and you get those like World War II flashbacks. Definitely one of the more brutal scenes as far as the movie is concerned. This movie will throw a lot of really charged imagery at you, whether it's anything having to do with Michelle Williams, which again we'll get to. This movie's really it's a visual treat, but I feel like it's not overplaying its hand, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. It's like this was one of the, again, this probably earlier on in my like movie watching career, like when I was really getting into movies. And surprisingly enough, I watched this in high school. My senior year, we had a psych class, and we were going through a bunch of like different like movies and comparing like how like psych movies, like how accurately they'll portray things. And this was on the positive side of like it was actually somewhat accurate for certain diseases. And I just remember falling in love with this movie, and I actually paid attention in class because I was like, this movie's really fucking good.
Right.
And I think streaming services have really benefited this movie, because I remember seeing the trailer for this movie, and it does give you like straight horror movie vibes, and that's not what this movie is. It's more of a creepy, you feel kind of like that weird feeling in your gut watching the movie kind of vibe. And just the scene we'll get to a little bit with when he kind of has that realization and the real memories come back in. Like I just, it still gets me. That's just like
so
depressing shit.
this is my first time watching this.
Oh, sorry,
Really?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you like it?
The problem is, in Mitchell, you would find this funny. I was listening to the NFL Stock Exchange podcast, and one of the dudes spoiled the shit out of it. He just went,
really?
He just goes, it's all in his head. And I was like, the fuck? And I was like, bro,
it's such a random thing to drop on a podcast.
See, I know they reference Wolf of Wall Street a lot on that podcast, but
that's insane. I actually boycotted listening to him for like 2 weeks. So I was like, they just ruined this fucking movie for me. But then I picked it because I wanted to still see it.
Yeah.
And like honestly, even though I knew like the twist was coming, I was still like, holy crap, this twist is crazy. Like the way they pull it off and the way they make it look. So like you can know what the ending is and it doesn't matter. And so sorry,
because
bleep that part out where I said it was at this point we're
gonna talk about it. Yeah.
Review. Okay, that's
because fine. At a point you've come to, I guess maybe we could talk about this before the spoilers. I think DiCaprio and Mark Ruffalo have excellent chemistry that only gets better as the movie goes on.
Yes.
Mark Ruffalo is very understated in this role, but I think that works given what his character is. This definitely is the Leonardo DiCaprio, and maybe even more so the Martin Scorsese show, which, hey, never a bad thing at all. But you come to find out that this guy, Andrew Latis, that DiCaprio's kind of been hunting down because he killed his wife and kids. Yeah.
I had to put that in quotes because technically he was never found guilty.
Yeah. That's actually DiCaprio. And he's made up this whole charade of him as a U.S. Marshal, and his like psychiatrist has kind of been playing along with it to just kind of see what he can learn from it. And you get this
like
flashback that, I'm not gonna lie, I did a 2010 rewatch of like 130 movies from 2010, and I've seen a bunch of different performances, including the ones that were nominated for Oscars. I do not know how Leonardo DiCaprio was not nominated for Best Actor for this movie, simply off the strength of the scene where he finds his children.
Yeah.
Because, like Brandon mentioned, and it fits this perfectly. You can know what the twist is, but knowing the context of it is a different beast entirely. And so that's why you can know it, but seeing it does something different to you. And watching DiCaprio and his interactions with Michelle Williams, who is just fucking creepy at the end of this movie. DiCaprio
are you specifically
finds that
talking about the quote where she's like, "We can put them at the table and dress them up"?
I'm talking about she's like
dolls.
A whole scene, dude.
The whole
where
scene is nasty.
She's like, my school's open on Sunday. It's like, what are you talking about?
It's like, you just drowned him in the lake. Calm down.
Yeah, and he sees his children dead in the lake, and I don't know if I've ever heard a more guttural scream in movies.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I've been doing this whole watching movies thing for a little bit now.
I might rewatch this movie in like a week just to like watch that scene again.
Rewatch it when you're married and you have a kid, because I have not seen this movie since having a kid.
Oh,
and
Lord.
Yeah, I imagine it's kind of like, well, another movie that we'll watch down the line that Brandon watched recently. You know what I'm talking about, Brandon.
Prisoners?
You know, I was trying to be discreet.
I've seen that too.
Okay. Well, never mind.
I love that movie.
That's what Hugh Jackman's character would do. You gotta beat the shit out of this guy, though.
That whole sequence, and so he killed his wife, because I'm gonna be 100% honest. Yeah, I don't know what else you want the man to do at that point.
So I feel conflicted, because he even says it. Because he talks about how when they got to the camp in World War II and they found the guards and they found what they did with all the dead bodies, they just lined up and shot them all. And he's like, "That's not warfare, that's like murder."
Mm-hmm.
He murdered her, so I feel conflicted in being like, it's okay because of what she did was so disgusting and despicable, and she's a monster, that like it's okay that he did it. But at the same time, I'm like, you're also a murderer. And I think he even like hinted that at the end of the movie with Ruffalo. He's like, is it better to live as like a good person or to live as a monster than to die as a good person? And
as a good man.
Yeah, as a good man,
and
basically. Yeah.
That's.
I still think it's warranted, but it makes you feel conflicted about it, I guess, is my point. How do y'all feel about it? Because I feel conflicted. Because I think it's okay that he killed her, but at the same time, my humanity is like, that's not your choice to make. You're still a murderer. Like, that's not your choice, basically. Like, I don't know. I just feel conflicted about it.
It's hard because they do it really well in this movie, where you spend the entire movie essentially at a psych hospital / insane asylum. You learn basically what he's gone through in his grief, and he basically has a psychological episode that ends him up in this hospital.
And apparently he takes like 3 steps back. Yeah.
So it's like you spend this whole movie kind of almost feeling sympathetic towards those kind of people, because you see what they go through. And clearly his wife had a similar episode, so it's like you want to say, yeah, I would kill her too in that instance, but at the same time you're like, well, she clearly needed help that she never got. So maybe had he come to the realization that she needed help.
Yeah, but you as far as I'm concerned, and like, look, if you disagree with me, I totally understand. You get to make those realizations and discoveries before you drown 3 children.
Right. That's why I'm like, I think it's okay.
I think it's kind of fair game, but I think the moral thing for me is the whole thing at the end of the movie with, like you were saying, where DiCaprio and Ruffalo are kind of sitting outside, and they have that conversation, and DiCaprio basically decides basically chooses his own fate. Like, yeah, I'll be lobotomized because I don't know, maybe he's made peace with it. I don't know, but
which is kind of weird. Like they're not just gonna electric chair him. Like they know he killed her. Like again, under the context of which he did it, the whole end of this movie kind of like throws me for a loop because I'm like, so they're just gonna give him a lobotomy and he's just gonna be like a vegetable, basically. Like he's gonna like go through life, like he's gonna live life that way. I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, he also murdered someone. Like he admitted to murdering someone. Like everyone knows he did it. Like so, what's the hang up? Like why can't we just like put him to the electric chair?
It's one of those gray area ones where it's like that crime of passion type thing where
right.
He clearly was not in the right state of mind because I mean he just witnessed his 3 children.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Around, so it's it's kind of hard to just say, hey, you deserve to die for killing one person.
Sure, maybe what Mitchell's getting out with the moral thing, and this is where like maybe I'm off. If I'm Leo's character, if I'm Teddy, I don't want to be lobotomized. I just want to live. I want my life. I don't know. I'm conflicted because
I think that for the sake that they were kind of saying like, hey, like you've been going through this over and over, and you keep coming to this truth. So I think it's one of those.
It's time to take out.
Keep reliving this psychotic episode over and over, or just have it end.
So like you can still live, but like obviously it's going to be like a diminished form of living. Yeah. I'm not arguing that he should want to die, but I think it's crazy to just basically like lobotomize yourself to take away this part of your life. But at the same time, I get it because like they were mentioning, it's a very odd ending. And again, the quote he says, Mitchell, where it's like, would you rather live as a monster or die as a good man? I guess he's choosing to be a good man and just die that way. But it's like, I don't know, man. Like you did all of this shit. You made up all this U.S. Marshal crap in your head. Like we've already kind of gone like as far as we can. Like I don't know. Like Mark Ruffalo's character is also. I don't think he gets enough credit in this film. Like he bounces off of Leo so
he
well.
does either.
And I read some facts on that. Like apparently Mark Ruffalo they didn't tell DiCaprio like the whole concept of Mark Ruffalo's character.
Oh, so like he actually thought he was his. He thought he was his like. Partner.
So they filmed it thinking, "Hey, he's actually my partner in this movie." So I think that kind of adds to the chemistry.
That's cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, that makes it.
I wish more movies.
Real.
Yeah, I would say I wish more movies would do that, but also I understand why they don't because a lot of movies, most movies film. The first scene isn't the first scene that they film. They're filmed in whatever order makes sense for shooting locations and that sort of stuff. So you can't really do that with a lot of movies, but kudos to them if they're able to do it for you.
It's funny that Mark Ruffalo was able to pull this off when he's like famously known in Marvel for leaking lots of secrets for the movies.
Yeah, that's good.
He's developed a reputation for
I was gonna say I think we genuinely got Leo's reaction when Ben Kingsley's character, Dr. Cawley, goes, "Oh, you think that's your partner?"
Yeah.
Think again, and he was like,
that's what makes the last 20 minutes of this movie so good. Like, I know there's so many movies that people are like, "Oh, the twist in that movie was so great."
No,
this movie never comes up in those conversations, and I feel like this is one of the better cinematic twists that like. Even going back on rewatches, it's still good.
That's why I forgive the guys at NFL Stock Exchange. Yeah. I'll let it slide because like Mitchell said, the ending doesn't like knowing the twist doesn't really matter.
And it's such a good film
twist
that
is so good.
It's one of those movies that once you learn the twist, you want to go back and rewatch it. And pick up all the little hints along the way, like, oh, that's what they were doing in that scene.
It's like a Knives Out or a Glass Onion. You're like, want to do, it's like a mystery. Yeah. It's like a mystery inside of a psychological thriller.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting to me.
All right. I give it an A, 54.45.
Wow. I think you're way lower than me.
Where are you?
I'm an A+, 35.7.
Ooh.
Damn. Okay.
I'm at an A97. It was close to an A+ for me.
I don't even care that I knew the twist. Like, this movie, it messes you up and like
thriller
it messes you up. But yeah, it's a wild one. Now, granted, the movie we're about to talk about is absolutely insane, off the rails, bad shit. But yeah,
this movie was the 20th highest grossing movie of 2010. Can you tell me the 19th highest grossing movie of 2010?
2010.
I don't know why I feel like asking that, but
the 19th.
The 19th.
That's a random movie. Okay.
It is a movie that Brandon and I have reviewed before.
Okay, 19.
This is basically just to get Brandon angry.
Is it because it's a bad movie?
It's
when you guys reviewed before.
Yeah, it's one we've talked about previously.
Oh no.
I don't know. It's not Inception.
No.
No, Tommy. It's not Inception.
The Expendables?
No.
Okay, thank God.
I wouldn't say thank God.
Oh, is it like even worse?
Yes, Brandon.
It's
worse than Expendables.
Just give it to me. What is it?
The Last Airbender.
There's no way.
Yeah. Last Airbender was the 19th highest grossing movie of 2010.
You could argue Megamind was better.
Absolutely. I would argue that, shitting in my hand is better, but
the Twilight Saga Eclipse, better movie?
Correct. Yes. 100%.
Oh my God.
About any movie you can mention. Again, like I said, shitting in your own hand and then clapping, better than Last Airbender.
Oh my gosh.
But let's talk about another Martin Scorsese classic. This one did not take time for people to realize how great it was. From the moment that the trailers came out, people were like, oh, we're in for something special. And now that you've seen the movie, I do recommend Brandon and Tommy, check out the trailer for this movie.
I'm going to play it right now.
Well, don't do that. We're talking. But
it's 2 minutes. It's 2 minutes.
But you should give it a watch. I'm trying to see. It is currently number 124 on IMDb's top 250, so very close to Shutter Island. This one came out around Christmas time. Actually, not around Christmas time. It came out on Christmas of 2013. I remember I saw it.
That's such a wild movie to come out on Christmas.
Well, it's awards season, but it is. I remember I saw this movie the day after Christmas with my girlfriend at the time, which I'll get into that experience here shortly. And everyone else in my family went to go see the movie Saving Mr. Banks, about the origins of Mary Poppins and Walt Disney and all that.
Good movie.
Which that is a good movie.
But not a movie of this.
Not this. But
I don't know if you want to go see this movie with your family.
That's what I was going to say. No. This is not the movie to see with your folks at all. Directed by Scorsese, of course. Loaded cast. DiCaprio, Jonah Hill, Margot Robbie, Matthew McConaughey, Kyle Chandler, Rob Reiner, Jon Favreau, Jean Dujardin.
You better say his name.
Kristen Milioti's in this thing.
You're skipping over
Jon Bernthal, brother.
Jon Bernthal, my man.
I thought I said Jon Bernthal.
You said Jon Favreau.
Okay, no, that's right. That's right. No, no. Oh, trust me, I love Jon Bernthal in this damn movie. Oh, we are going.
He's like a top performance. He's a top.
We are going to get. This was a movie that $100 million for the budget. It made $407 million. But do you know what's so strange about this movie to me, as far as the box office take? 71% of the box office take was international. This is such like an American movie that I didn't know that it would have much international appeal. But this movie did so much better internationally than it did domestically. Domestically, this was the 28th highest grossing movie of 2013.
I'm going to come out and say it. I'm going to say it's probably because of the topic of the movie. It was probably just a movie people probably not interested, even though the cast is phenomenal. Because honestly, that's why I never watched it. That's why I've never watched it till now.
There were 4 movies that came out in December of 2013 that grossed more than The Wolf of Wall Street. Name them. We've talked about one of them. I'll give you one of them as a free space. Hobbit: The Desolation of Smaug was one of them. That was the highest grossing movie of December 2013.
All right, I'm gonna go Man of Steel, Hunger Games.
That's not none of those movies came out in December. Tommy.
Sorry,
You
I
got-
watched the trailer, and holy fuck, I hope that trailer won some awards.
It
What
won my
trailer.
heart. It's a great
what
trailer.
I feel like Great Gatsby was a December movie.
So How the
That was
Grinch
a
Stole
May
Christmas probably right.
I thought The Grinch Stole Christmas came out in 2000. You dumb motherfucker.
No, okay,
What?
you did.
How The Grinch Stole Christmas?
Damn it, IMDB. Fuck you. All right, Frozen.
Nope, that came out in November.
Fuck.
All right, I got nothing. Give it to me.
Anchorman.
Right, so Anchorman 2 was one of them.
Because the
Anchorman
trailer
2.
for
Phenomenal
Anchorman 2
movie.
was on
A
this
plus
DVD.
all around.
The Anchorman 2 trailer was on this DVD.
All right, I'm just gonna ignore the Tommy aspect.
That was a
of-
Mitchell Rage bait
Oh my
statement. Don't
gosh.
worry. Just do that.
I hope it was.
So what are you asking for the other one?
American Hustle,
Oh, okay, American Hustle.
which I think is a very underrated movie.
A
I
Medea
really like that movie.
Christmas.
No,
Oh, shut up.
Okay.
No.
but Lone Survivor,
Oh,
the other
yeah,
one.
yeah, okay.
That's a good movie.
which is a really strong war movie with Mark Wahlberg. That's a good one.
I mean, good movie.
Not as good as this though. This is, I mean, this, you want to talk about Oscars? This did get 5 Oscar nominations.
I hope all of them were acting.
No, believe it or not,
one
movie,
director and one like.
this movie
costume
did not
design or
win
something.
a single Oscar. It was nominated for Best Picture. It was nominated for Best Director. It
Okay.
was nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay, and both Leonardo DiCaprio and Jonah Hill were both nominated for DiCaprio Best Actor and then Best Supporting Actor for Jonah Hill.
God,
I'm
Bernthal should
disappointed.
have got supporting too. I don't know if you're
He
gonna
didn't
do
have
that.
a big enough role.
He didn't
Damn.
have a big enough
Well,
role.
Margot Robbie. coulda
Margot
got
Robbie should have
supporting
been
actress.
nominated for this, because if you look at some of the other people that were nominated for that,
Please tell us who was
that-
nominated, because that's
86. And by the way, Matthew McConaughey won for Dallas Buyers Club for actor.
You could
I think-
argue that this movie he's better
I
in this
think
movie than Dallas Buyers
DiCaprio-
Club.
Now, I think that
I think
Chiwetel
he's awesome in
Ejiofor.
Dallas Buyers Club, by the way.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I think
I think
Chiwetel
he's
Ejiofor should have won for 12 Years a Slave.
Oh, fair enough. Actually,
for that,
I joke I've never seen 12 Years a Slave, so really should watch it.
It's fantastic, but it's a lot.
makes sense.
As far as Margot Robbie,
Was
she
this
should have been
like
nominated.
her breakout role?
This was.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
This was.
That's why she
absolutely.
didn't get nominated. That's why. That's why.
But like, she's better than Julia Roberts in August Osage County or Sally Hawkins in Blue Jasmine. Like, I'd argue she might be even better than Jennifer Lawrence in American Hustle. Like, I think that she should have been nominated. But the matter of the fact is, people, and we'll definitely get back
she
to Margot
immediately
Robbie
did-
as we go on.
She immediately did Focus after this with Will Smith.
She did Focus, then she did Suicide Squad,
Yeah.
and I, Tanya, and people really started to.
Wasn't she
I remember.
in the Tarzan movie too? She was Jane.
Yep, she was Legend of Tarzan.
Yeah. Oh no. Wolf of Wall Street. Cut him off. Get him out, Jordan Belfort. Get him out.
he had to go get his lewds.
Cut him off. Sarah
they
didn't want you talking about Margot Robbie. That's what it was.
I think that's what it was. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I think someone's like, "That's enough of that shit."
I told you, get it out of
And
here.
yeah, and we will get back to that. Trust me. And not just for those reasons, but we will get back to that.
God.
Let's talk about just how great this thing is. It's 3 hours long.
Oh, it's yeah.
And
yeah.
I will say the thing that keeps it from being like a Hall of Fame level movie for me
Yes,
Good answer.
is not that I think the movie is poorly paced, but I think that all of the best stuff is in the first 2/3, and then the fall off just isn't quite as interesting as the rest of the movie is. And maybe it's because the movie is so much for so much of the movie that
Yeah.
by the time you get to that, you're just kind of emotionally, you're just exhausted.
You
I
could
remember when I was
argue that the
watching it,
fall
and
off.
I felt like I had watched a full movie. I was like, all right, let's just see how much is left. And it's like an hour and a half. And I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck me, there's still an
Yeah.
hour and a half left.
you like you feel it, but you don't, because I will say like the last 30 minutes or 40 minutes, like the fall off, you could argue that it like goes with the story where like it's this high of him being rich and
Yeah.
being Jordan fucking Belfort. And
the
then
problem,
and
the
then it's
problem
supposed
is,
to
like,
fall off. It's supposed to crash like that because it's
Yeah.
supposed to make you feel that way. Like, wow, he really didn't get away with it. Like he got effed. He didn't take the SEC deal, and now he got screwed. Like that. Like you're supposed to feel that way, basically.
and like, as much as I hate that it was so long, and like that's the one thing I was holding back for me, I can't even say that there's any scenes in here that I would say those.
Like,
probably
yeah, I
could've
wouldn't
gotten cut. Like it's
cut a ton of things. Maybe. Well, there's some.
I can think of
there's
one
some
scene
stripper
that I just
scenes
didn't.
like none that would make that big of a difference.
There's some escort scenes that I would probably just cut because like you don't really need them.
I know the one scene where I'm just like, I just don't really care, and that's the whole like yacht scene where they're like going through like the rough waters. Like I just don't give a damn.
Oh damn! I find that so funny because he wants the lewds. It 100% like solidifies he is an addict, and he's like, I won't die sober.
Yeah,
Give me the fucking lewds. Get the fucking lewds.
That did play an important role in the movie, though. So I wouldn't even say cut that out because that's where he kind of realized.
I don't think it's real. I think that story is 100% made up.
Well, no, but like, I mean,
I have no idea if it is or not.
In terms of the movie, like you have that scene afterwards where he realizes like so many like people died because of my actions.
When he looks out the window and he's like, the plane blew up because a seagull flew in the engine, killed 3 people. Damn, man.
And it's like,
bro, you an ass. Like you were fucked up.
Like Leo and Scorsese with these 2 movies, like Shutter Island was obviously like a psychological collapse kind of movie, whereas this I feel like is more of a moral collapse because you see in the beginning
of an awful human being. Yes,
yeah.
Thank
well,
you.
no, it's not even an awful human being because like the beginning of the movie, he was a married man.
He is an awful human being.
No, he's an awful person. It's fine. We can admit it.
Well, in the beginning,
he wasn't always as awful as he comes to be, but
right.
He lets temptation.
Because you got to remember with the McConaughey scene, he goes, "It's advantageous if both people make money." And Matthew McConaughey is like, "No, it's fairy dust."
I'm gonna be honest with you. I kind of choose to believe that Matthew McConaughey won his Oscar for his role in this because he just demands attention in the opening of this movie, and he is so in the same way that he kind of shapes who Jordan Belfort's gonna be.
Mitchell, it feels like a hot take because Dallas Buyers Club is so good, and he is like phenomenal in that movie. He's
excellent in it.
I think it might be one of his best performances. I am telling you, in the 20 minutes or 15 minutes he is in this movie, he is electric. Like he is the screen basically, and I don't know if many people can do that to Leonardo DiCaprio. If they can capture the screen the way he does, sitting across from him at a table eating lunch. Like
the fucking chest thumping chant.
Well,
that became iconic from the trailers.
He just
alone.
made it up too.
That came from this movie.
Yeah,
though.
he made that shit up on the spot.
Because he's a genius.
And Scorsese was just like, let him go.
Because McConaughey cooks, and Scorsese is like he gave the man the ball, and he's like, everyone get out of the way. It's ISO time. Let Matthew cook, and then he's like, get out the paint, let Matthew cook. Like that 15 minutes is just, oh my god. When he meets him, he's like, don't worry about that jack off. Like I'm the real person you need to worry about. Yeah. He's like, fuck that guy. You don't need to worry about him. Yeah, it's electric.
There are so many instantly iconic lines from this movie.
You know what is a more electric entrance? Jonah Hill's character. Jonah Hill's character is fucking insane. He walks right up to him. He goes, "Is that your car out there?" And he goes, "Yeah, the Jaguar." He's like, yeah, how much you make? He immediately goes, how much money do you make? And I will quit my job right now.
I quit my job right now. I work for you.
And you show me a pay stub for $72,000.
I love the cut to that phone call where he's just like, yeah, I quit. And then DiCaprio's just like, and then he fucking did it.
And then
which was a bit odd because I just met the guy.
He's like, kind of a baller move.
And then Jonah Hill's still going. He's like, no, you don't need to fucking tell Susan. It's like just every offhand line in this movie is hilarious.
Oh my god!
It's again,
so
this movie
good.
is just on the whole way through,
Yeah.
and Jonah Hill. This is, I think, the best that Jonah Hill has ever been.
Yeah.
He gets so much to do in this.
I agree with that.
But at the end of the day, this really is the Leonardo DiCaprio show. There's a great cast around him, but Jordan Belfort's got to be at the center of this whole thing. And DiCaprio, there's not a false note in this movie from him.
We are Leo-centric in this movie. Everything revolves around him. You know, it's like heliocentric, the sun. We're Leo-centric here. Like everything revolves around him. Like
he gives a really ballsy performance in this movie. He does a lot of shit in this. His commitment to physical comedy in this thing
the Steve
is
Madden
also tremendous.
Stuff. Where he's
the
like,
scene
I want to
with him
suck him off. Like, I'll suck you off,
Yeah.
Steve. I'm like, oh my god, I
want to suck you off, Steve.
This guy is fucking audible. I know.
I appreciated the fourth wall breaks that they kind of did as he was like giving his dialogues like throughout the
He's
movie.
like, you think I gave a fuck about that? I did not.
I love the scene where the Quaaludes finally hit in.
Oh my god! As someone,
again,
I'm gonna say
instantly
this as a
iconic.
take. As someone,
I knew you were going to go
as
there.
someone with cerebral palsy, I find that scene to be fucking hilarious. That scene.
I'm glad that you're a good
that.
sport
That's
about
great.
it. But
it's fucking
the
awesome.
scene with him
He's
falling
like, what
down
can I
the
do?
stairs.
Crawl.
Yeah.
It's some 90s Jim Carrey physical comedy shit in a Martin Scorsese movie that's nominated for Best
Right.
Picture.
It's
I
like he's in The
love
Mask.
every
but-
second of it.
Yeah, it's like he's
Yeah.
in The Mask, but it's like in the middle of a Scorsese movie about Wall Street. Like it's just so. The stairs like elongate. Like everything in his mind is just like 100 times worse than it actually is. It's like it like shows the stairs and he's like, oh no, that's like 50 steps, and then it's like it like cuts away. It's like 5 steps. It's like he just has to crawl down 5 steps. It's so funny. And then the best part of that entire scene is he gets home and he's like, I somehow made it in one piece, and the car is completely fine. And then it cuts to like what actually happened, and it's incredible.
That was me when I drove home from New York after going to see Dune 2. I took a nap,
Mitchell.
and then I had to wake up, and I was like, all right, did I actually like get home fine? Because
you had
I
to,
did all
go,
that
like,
on
check
20
your
minutes
car.
of sleep.
Yeah, you had to go like check your car. You're like, oh,
Yeah, exactly. I was expecting the police to be right there the way they were in Wolf of Wall Street, just waiting to give me papers.
And then
it's insane.
Donnie's character is choking.
Landing the helicopter scene.
Well,
Also,
yeah, landing the helicopter too. Why that guy next to him is like, it's okay, man. Like you're good. I'm like,
Till next time, brother. And that guy's just like, fuck, I hate my life, but he's giving me so much money.
I wanted to yell at Naomi like Margot Robbie's character. I was like, do the Heimlich, you bitch. Do the Heimlich.
Yeah.
Like he's dying, and then he's like, fuck it, I've got it. And he just like snorts an
And
entire vial of cocaine.
we got the Popeyes cartoon going on the screen as well. I thought that was just so much
He's like,
fun.
how do I live? He just snorts it, and he's like, get out of the way.
It's the typical Scorsese rise and fall story that we get in a lot of these. It's not a gangster movie, but in a way it kind of is.
He filmed it exactly like
it's very similar in the way that it's structured.
Similar vibes.
And yeah.
Brad's
and his pride
character
gets in the way.
You could argue is very gangster-esque. Yeah, his pride gets in the way, yeah.
Let's talk
she
about.
has some attitude. Brad's wife has some attitude.
Let's
Donnie's
talk about the
wife has some
supporting
attitude.
cast. Where do you want to start with the supporting cast?
Bernthal and Donnie is where we should start. But
The scene with the two of them in the parking lot.
Mention. I would say Jonah Hill is where we need to talk.
Jonah Hill is where we need to start, but Bernthal and Jonah Hill together is just
yes.
The scene of them in the parking lot was just gold.
You like me? It's not homo. It's just I just want to know. and then he gets him captured because the case falls out, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, Donnie, you fucking dick.
He's a fucking idiot.
Like, what a jackass. Like, oh, I was kidding. Like, he comes screaming in the parking lot at like 80 miles an hour, like swerving, and then he parks the car and the car moves. It's so funny. It is so
Bernthal
funny.
was just playing typical Bernthal. I feel like he plays the same character in every movie.
But it's such a good character. It's like he's in
Hey,
Spider-Man.
Ma, we got chicken or what?
Yeah. He's in the Spider-Man trailer.
That might be my favorite line in the movie. I'm not gonna lie.
The Punisher is in the new Spider-Man movie.
Yes, we know.
Yeah.
So like when he shows up as the Punisher, I'm like, oh, it's just John Bernthal doing John Bernthal things.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
Hey, do me a favor. Write your name on down that piece of paper. I can't. I don't have a pen.
Hey, Peter, we got chicken or what?
Hey, Ma! Hey, Ma, we got chicken. Ma!
It reminds
the best
me
is
of-
like, let your sister know I was asking about her. She doesn't want to talk to you anymore. Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. You can't talk about this movie without talking about Margot Robbie. This movie definitely put her on the map, and
you think she like?
I get married shortly, so I should keep it to a minimum.
She was very young filming this movie. I just can't imagine her as like a breakout role as an actress. They're like, yeah, Margot, you're gonna have to do like some crazy stuff. Is that okay?
She slapped DiCaprio in her audition, and that was not something she was supposed to do.
And they were like, oh, it works. They were like, yeah.
So she thought that she was gonna get like arrested or some shit.
Did you hear about the "Who's Venice" line? Apparently, one of Leo's friends was on set and was like, you know, it would be really funny when he goes like, "Who's Venice?" Go like, who? Like, what are you, a fucking owl? Like, that wasn't in the script. It like one of Leo's friends was like, this would be so funny if you like said it to him, and she just like delivers that line so perfectly that like Scorsese like left it in. It was like like everything about her performance is just like edgy and attitude and phenomenal. And
the scene in the kids' room.
Oh my! Well, that
made a lot of men that day.
Yeah, that scene's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, the scene when he meets her and has an affair with her is also crazy. She's like,
yeah.
She's like, you want to come up for tea? He's like, oh, in like the inner dialogue, he's like, oh yeah, thank God I'm coming up for tea. Like, what is wrong with these people? I'm like, this is crazy. Yo.
I like how he was having moral dilemmas at that point, but
yeah,
he's like, been
go
like
home.
fucking
like,
prostitutes the
right,
whole movie.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, go home.
The whole movie.
The whole movie, and he's like,
"Oh, the dialogue."
Because this time it meant something to him.
Before she opens the door to like reveal herself, he goes, "Go home, it's fine." Like, and then immediately she opens the door, and he's like, puts his phone away, and she's like, "It's like, well, it's over." Like obviously you're going to like have sex with her now. Like, what is wrong with you? Yeah, it's just
there's no turning back.
Right, there's no turning back. Like, what an idiot.
That was a fun movie to watch with an angry 19-year-old girlfriend back in 2013. But,
oh damn! Well, I actually feel bad for you. My fiance, fiance would have found that hilarious. She would have found those.
I was greeted with the stink eye for like the last half of the movie.
I mean, well, first off, like half the time Margot Robbie's character comes up, but then they have like other naked girls that just like randomly show up, and it's just like, and then Brad's wife is like
basically opens with him doing coke off a hooker's ass.
Yeah. I can't believe
again the first 5 minutes of the movie
they added that in the film. Also, this film says so many F words.
Oh yeah, this had a Guinness World Record for most instances of profanity in a film. Do you know what movie it was behind, Brandon?
It's got to be some Samuel Jackson film.
No, it was a documentary about the word fuck. The movie was called Fuck. So that,
That's good. That's good.
That's the only thing that could top The Wolf of Wall Street. Being a 3-hour runtime, obviously, does
Moby
help with that.
fucking dick. Everything is just fucking. What are you, a fucking Captain Ahab? Jesus, this
From the
dude
book,
says-
motherfucker, the book.
From the book.
We got to talk about Rob Reiner. Rest in peace, obviously, great director.
He's so
but
good as Max Belfort.
The scene with him asking about the credit card charges.
Oh my god!
The dinner. Yeah. It's a $26,000 dinner.
For
what
one
could
dinner.
You possibly have gotten? The sides.
Well,
what did the sides cure cancer?
The sides did cure cancer. That's why they were expensive. See, we spent most of this review just quoting lines from the movie because that's honestly the kind of movie that it is.
Yeah.
The dialogue is instantly iconic.
The dialogue
it's
with
just
them
out of control.
Okay, so they open the movie with them throwing the little people at the target.
That's right. That's right.
They open the movie that way, and then they immediately cut to the scene where they're like talking about it, like later, and they're like, "No, we can't do that because like that would be demeaning. Like, what can we get away with? Like, we can throw food at them. We can do this. We can do that." I'm like, they're literally talking about this right now and making $3 million in the room, in like the sales room right now. Like, these are the combos that these people have at this company. Like, this company is batshit insane. Like, it is stupid that they made so much money selling penny stocks to people and ripping people off. Like, it's just incredible.
But at the same time, every time DiCaprio gets on the mic in front of that room,
he goes, "This is America, the land of opportunity. Like, this is what this company is about." And I was like, fuck, I want to run through a wall for this dude. It's like, I want to sell fucking penny stocks.
There is a little bit of that, but also at the same time, when the scene where he's talking to his dad and he says, "I want to live a life that these people want. They've got to see me doing this stuff as like motivation." But also, yeah, there's a bit of that run through a wall where he's talking about like, "Are you behind on your credit card bills? Good. Pick up the phone and start dialing. Does your girlfriend think you're a worthless loser? Good. Pick up the phone and start dialing. I want you to deal with your problems by becoming rich." And there's like, you see how this guy was able to just capture the attention of all the people in the room and how they were all like
the airtime
complicit in this shit.
The airtime properties thing. I mean, literally, they all go like, "How the fuck do you do that?" And he's like, "What do you mean? Like, I'm just selling bullshit right now. Like that's what it's about."
Mm-hmm.
I just everything. He's gonna take the SEC deal, Tommy, and then he reneges on it, and he just goes, "I'm not fucking leaving. I'm not leaving. They're gonna have to take me out on a fucking wrecking ball because I'm not fucking leaving." I'm like, oh my god, that scene is iconic, and it's like the epitome of like who he is as that character. Like,
yeah.
Then he starts talking about God, who's the lady? Who's the one of the like? She's like one of the first 20 salespeople. He's like, she's a single mom, and she asked for $5,000 advance. What did I give you? And she's like $25,000. And I'm like Tommy, to your point, he's an awful person. He's an asshole. He's a dick. But there's also like some good in him as like a human, because he will do things like that with the amount of money he has. And he says it at the beginning of the movie. He's like, money makes you a better person. You can do things with more money. And that's why I want fucking more money. So I have power and I can do things with that money. And I'm like, crap. I do not live that life because I don't have that type of money. But like, clearly he does.
Bought the honest loyalty of everybody around him because he basically saved them all financially and it's like, hey, work for me. Make yourself rich by making me more rich. And we can keep, building this empire.
And then doing things illegally, which I love how... can we talk about Kyle Chandler and Agent Denham? Yeah, Denham. Yeah. That scene on the boat, cinema. Them going back and forth, and him going, can you say that again exactly as you just said it? And he's like, what do you mean? He's like, are you trying to bribe a federal agent? He's like, no, couldn't be me. Couldn't be. It's not what I heard. I Everything about that scene is hilarious. And then he goes like fun coupons, like that meme, like
Fun coupons.
yeah, without context, you like think it's funny that he's just like throwing money in the air, but he's literally like he threw lobster at them, and he's like, "Fuck you, FBI agents! Like you don't have enough money to afford this lobster. Like you don't have enough money to. I'm just gonna throw hundreds at you right now. Like this dude is so rich, he doesn't give a fuck, and like that." I don't know if I can comprehend that. Like that's how crazy and insane and batshit this movie is. It's like he is so rich you can't like comprehend like the amount of wealth that he has.
Yeah.
And his first wife like even says like, "Well, aren't the other people making money?" And he's like, "I mean, sometimes they do, but sometimes they don't. Like that's how it goes." And I was like, "Wow, you are a piece of shit." I was like, "This dude like really doesn't care." But I mean, he like flows in and out of that state of like being an asshole, but then like caring enough to like care about people. I I don't know. It's what makes his character so dynamic, in my opinion. I feel like I'm filibustering. Go ahead, guys.
No,
I just think Denham. I just think Kyle Chandler deserves a shout out because I think he's really good in Bloodlines. If you've ever seen that television show, I think he's phenomenal in Bloodlines, and I think there's other roles that he's phenomenal in. But he's really good in this role as an FBI agent. Like he
as
is.
much as I'll kind of complain that this movie was super long, I think it also is good that it was so long because you get enough time with every single character.
Yeah.
At least have a couple moments where like that was a really good performance. Even if they had a small role like John Bernthal, you know,
Manny Riskin,
they're
John
still
Favreau's
all memorable.
character. Yeah.
They all have just enough screen time to make them memorable and make them a good part of the movie.
The Swiss banker,
Yeah.
Jean Jacques. He's like, this dude's more of a criminal than I am. It's like, yeah, why do you think they use Swiss banks? These dudes don't give a fuck. I'm like, oh, it's so funny. One complaint I have. You can just put in a suitcase $2 million and roll it across international, like put it on a plane. No one's gonna stop you. Like no one's gonna say anything.
Well, you also got to think this is.
This was like 1980s. Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know, actually, what time set
No,
is
it
this?
was like 87. It's 87. You know how I noticed that though? If you watch what McConaughey's wearing, I might wear this for my wedding, Mitchell. The contrast collar, like the Winchester, like the white collar, looks kind of nice. They call it a banker collar, but I mean, I think you should make the switch, Mitchell. Actually, wear a contrast collar for your wedding in the next 3 weeks.
We are too late.
The contrast collar.
To quote the great Swiper, you're too late.
Yeah,
you know?
Swiper, no swiper.
Brandon, no wardrobe changing.
Yeah, Tommy, I think it's like 87 to 90. I think is what it is. Yeah. So.
Okay.
But yeah, so you're right. Like I guess in the 90s you could just roll.
Very easy to do that.
Okay, so you could just roll $2 million across, and like no one would say anything. That's crazy. They're like, who else has passports? Her entire family. This is incredible.
Oh, yeah, that was a great with John Bernthal's whole family just taping them out with cash. That was a funny fucking scene.
Aunt Emma, can we talk about Aunt Emma? The tension there, I did not like. I did not like the sexuality that was going on.
DiCaprio kissing an older woman. That's
No, there was nothing wrong with that.
Be the most uncomfortable he's ever been.
I personally think for the character that was uncomfortable as fuck because it's like, bro, you're really that much of a sex addict? like you can't just keep it in your pants for like 2 minutes. Like, yeah, he's like, no. Is she hitting on me? And then she goes, is he hitting on me? These people are crazy. This movie is. If you guys can't tell, I fucking love this movie.
Grade it.
I actually put it in Letterboxd, so I'm gonna pull up the actual Letterboxd grade I have. You go ahead, Mitchell.
All right, well, I'm at an A+ 15.18. I want to go higher, but this is just one that where Oppenheimer's a 3-hour movie that I think concludes with its best stuff. I think that this leaves you with the stuff that I'm the least interested in, like the last 30, 40 minutes. the high definitely wore off, and I'm kind of like, all right, let's wrap this thing up. And I can't just really let that go. But the first 2 hours of this thing are like easy Hall of Fame material. If there's like a 2 hour 15-minute cut of this movie somehow, get that over to me.
I don't want it.
Get that over to me, because that might be like a top 10 of all time movie.
So I agree with everything you said, because the fall off does hurt it. It was definitely in the Hall of Fame for me for like the majority of the movie. This is gonna fall right in between Pulp Fiction and Saving Private Ryan for me. A plus 70.3.
Nice.
Right, I think I'm probably the
So it's
lowest.
very close.
I gave this a plus 10.
That's fine. Yeah. No, I mean, as long as you thought it was an A+ movie, that's really
all. It was just
that's all I care about.
The runtime is really the only thing that killed it for
me.
me.
The runtime is a lot. I pulled it up and I was like 2 hours and 59 minutes. I was like, I don't remember that. And then I was like, oh, now I remember. Like they do this, that. This
was also my first 3 hour movie.
Quotable movie that like I would love to just throw it on and just watch it, but it's like I can't just casually throw in a 3 hour movie and watch it.
You also can't casually throw on this movie and just casually watch it for the first
2
hours and 10 minutes of it. Like when,
I knew exactly
even when they do like the 5-minute bachelor party like montage, he's like, yeah, that plane was like a pharmacy in the sky, and they're just like doing fucking drugs.
This is nowhere close to a family friendly movie. So
yeah, that too. It's like not a family friendly movie.
So like the rewatchability factor of it lowers the grade a little bit for me as well. But
see, I think it's incredibly rewatchable. I've watched it a ton throughout the years. However, once kids come around, that definitely does go down a bit.
Yeah,
you just gotta get headphones and watch it at like 11 p.m. at night.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well that wraps up our Shutter Island and Wolf of Wall Street review. Next time around, we will be getting back on board with the Alien franchise when Ridley Scott got back to the Alien franchise after Cameron got it, then David Fincher got it,
passed it back to Ridley. It was like
some other fucking guy got it for that abomination.
It was like puff
Ridley Scott's got it back now. We got Prometheus and we've got Alien Covenant. Prometheus, definitely a movie with a lot of differing opinions over the years, so I'm really excited to hear what you guys think about it. And then Covenant's a movie that no one really talks about much anymore. So what do we think about that movie? I'm really excited for that. And then afterwards, we got the Random movie. And if you listened to our drunk show, then you know what the combo is going to be for that one. Can't wait to review those movies.
Did we post the drunk show?
Yes.
We did.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, we could have. That's fine. I was more just asking if we did. Yeah.
We should do a recording like right after like during the wedding.
Does Double Toasted do this? Does Double Toasted do like drunk episodes? I feel like they should.
They did one and
pull a projector screen down in the middle of your wedding. Like, all right, everybody shut up. Down.
Yep.
Click.
No. Make as much noise as possible. We're doing the drunk show right now. No, Brandon, they did two. They did one for a movie called Strange Magic and another for a movie called Monster Trucks. And Brandon, it's the best shit I've ever heard.
Monster
it's so
Trucks
good.
That's funny.
It's so good. It's a movie about a monster living in a truck.
I like Double Toasted a lot. Yeah.
They're great. They're my favorite podcast.
Yeah.
But we will be getting
besides this podcast, Mitchell. Duh. Market yourself better.
I like them more. I'm not even gonna front about that. No. I like them more.
It's true.
But yeah, Prometheus and Alien Covenant next week. Talk to you then. Goodbye.